I want to talk about how you are blocking your receiving because this is a trap most people fall into. I think most of the population is stuck in this cycle. And what it really comes down to, if you're someone that struggles with receiving, struggles with allowing things into your life, then that is caused by a trauma that you have experienced in the past. It comes from experiencing disappointment and experiencing loss every time that you received. So every time that maybe a new friend came into your life, it was going okay for a while and then suddenly something happened, or maybe over time something happened and then the friendship dissolved and then that was the end of that. And there was a loss experienced. Or it could be like you got a job that you were really pumped about and really excited about and you actually got the job, right? But then maybe 3 months later, right as your probation period was ending, they let you go because they didn't want to pay you benefits, right? So there are so many different ways in which we lose, right? In which we experience loss from something that we received, from something that we desired to receive. And the more this happens, the more that you experience these challenges, the more you're going to shut down your ability to receive. You're going to shut down your heart, basically, and not open it up. And then let's not even mention partnerships and relationships, right? How many times have you met somebody and you were like, oh my God, like this is going to be the love of my life and this is my person. And, only to maybe 1 year or 2 years into the relationship realize that this is totally not your person and it's not how you anticipated the relationship to go. And then you end up having to either break up with that individual or they end up breaking up with you suddenly, or maybe you get cheated on, right? Like these are those blocks. These are the things, these are those experiences that create blocks within us and prevent us from receiving. It's like we over time start shutting down more and more and more because in our minds, in the survival brain, we start to associate receiving with pain. You start to associate receiving with some form of loss. And so this is why many people don't allow things into their life and they can't manifest the life that they want. They can't, bring things into their life because they're at this frequency constantly where they're in that survival, in that state of associating pain with receiving. And that association naturally causes a frequency within your core vibration that repels receiving, that pushes things away from you and prevents things from coming to you. And so healing this wound, recognizing, becoming aware, what kind of perceptions do I have? What kind of subconscious beliefs do I have around receiving? And how do I block it for myself? How do I prevent things from coming into my life because I'm actually afraid to receive anything really good because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it eventually? And once you address this within yourself, once you become conscious of it, it's something that you can start shifting out of. And a really great mantra to do or to say on a daily basis, if this is something you're struggling with, is it is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to receive. Because this is going to start putting you in the frequency and in the vibration of opening yourself back up. It's your heart. That is the magnet. Our hearts are the magnet to attracting, to receiving. But if the heart is blocked, if the heart has a shield around it, if the heart has, walls up, then it's very difficult for you to receive those things that are actually bringing love to you, that are actually going to allow you to feel joyful and happy. Because anything that we receive from the Creator, anything that we are manifesting into our lives that is good for us, that is for our highest good, has a baseline love frequency to it. It is a source of love. It comes from love. And so as I was connecting this morning outside and grounding and walking around my yard barefoot, And I was really tuning in and tapping into the energy of love, into the energy of God, and into the energy of allowing, into the energy of surrender. These were the messages that I was receiving. These were the realizations that I was getting. And I felt very compelled to share this because Spirit was like, so many people struggle with this. You gotta share this. You gotta put this out there. So stop blocking your receiving. Stop holding yourself back from receiving. Stop, pushing things away from you out of fear of loss, out of fear of that thing or that person or that love, that happiness, that joy that you are longing for. Stop fearing that you're going to lose it, that it will be taken away from you. Because that is how you end up, sometimes we attract things in, but then we end up losing it because we have this underlying fear. So it's very important to address this within yourself. If you struggle with receiving, if you are always in this state of lack, if you're always in a state of survival, that's where this comes from. State of survival for all of us, I think it's so deeply ingrained because so many people experience loss on such a regular basis. Some people experience loss all the time. And of course they're going to experience loss all the time because that's the energy, the frequency that they're in. They're constantly afraid of loss, and so therefore they constantly create and manifest loss and experience it. So address this issue within yourself if it is something that you are currently struggling with, and really move into this energy of acceptance and deserving and worthiness, and just know that you deserve to have good things in your life, that the universe is constantly on standby to deliver beautiful things for you that are going to elevate you, that are going to make you happy. And the only thing that gets in the way, the only barrier to that, is your fear of receiving. So practice on a daily basis receiving, what it feels like receiving. Spend time feeling into the feeling of receiving and how wonderful, how expansive it is. My gosh, when we allow things into our lives, when we truly allow ourselves to receive, it's like the whole world opens up to you. It expands you, it grows you exponentially. It elevates your frequency and your vibration. And it elevates all of the opportunities, the possibilities that are basically in queue and lined up, that want to come in to make you a more experienced soul. We come here to have experiences, but you can't have experiences if you keep yourself in a tiny little box, if you're always restricting what you can have. So it's important to become aware of this, and it's important to start practicing surrendering. And as I was doing my surrender practice this morning, walking around, barefoot and grounding and just kind of really taking it all in, surrender, you know what surrender really means? It means to be at peace. That is surrender. When you are at peace, you have surrendered, and it feels so good. So just surrender. Allow yourself to be in this peaceful place within yourself, knowing that everything that I need or ever will need will be provided for me as long as I am not afraid of receiving it. So open your heart, open your hands, and embrace everything that is in queue, that is lined up for you, that you have been putting in your vortex, that you have been dreaming of. It's all there for you. It's just a matter of you actually opening up fully to allow it in. So I wanted to share that short message today about receiving and about how you allow yourself to receive and how to get out of your own way. Move into surrender. Practice surrender every day. We are in the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, right? And it's a 888 this year. So keep yourself open every single day. Move into surrender and into allowing to really have everything delivered to you now, because you are ready for it, because you want it, because the universe has it ready for you. Thank you so much for watching. Hit a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel to let the algorithm know this is content that you would like to see more of, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.